This is bully beef, a staple of the British infantryman's ration pack since basically forever. Basically forever in this instance being the Second Boer War. Bully beef is recounted at Gallipoli as melting in the mess tin and swamping out the flies. Oh, the glorious heat of the Turkish sun. Now, you might be asking yourself, why do I have this bully beef here, aka corned beef? Now, in a few weeks, the Men of Harlech Charity March will be marching for the Overwatch Project, whose mission is to help combat veterans' suicide. And through it, we'll be marching 10 miles for the project. So, we'll be living off of rations for the weekend, period rations. So, one of the staples is, of course, canned corned beef or bully beef. So, I figured I would give it a try before having to basically live off of it for a weekend. So, let's go. So before me, I have your average old garden variety of canned corned beef slash bully beef, as bully beef is just canned corned beef. Now this particular one is a Libby's product, a product of Uruguay, and on the back it says Fray Bentos Uruguay, which is interestingly enough one of the big manufacturers during the First World War, Fray Bentos, and from Uruguay. But this one also has on the back, Contra Foods, Inc., something, Omaha, Nebraska, product of Uruguay, prepared by someplace in Puerto Rico, and then where it says Fray Bentos, Uruguay. Now, a quick search of the internet tells me that Fray Bentos is now wholly a British company and makes their products in the United Kingdom. So, I'm not entirely sure why this has Fray Bentos on the back, as the original factory actually closed in 1975. So, I am suspecting that maybe it has something to do with subsidiaries because conglomerates. This is as close as you're going to get to a Fray Bentos tin of bully beef in the 21st century, at least from what the internet tells me. So, anyway, why don't we see how this thing tastes, eh? So, I have now gathered some implements of destruction that I figured I might need while opening this can of bully beef. So, you're gonna be along on the ride as I get a prion disease. It says, remove the bottom end of the can away. Something. Ugh, Jesus Christ. You can't even read this stuff because the key covers the instructions. Don't know who thought this was a good idea. Anyway, let's just get turning. We've seen it all online of keys turning cans, so let's just go for it. I think it says open. Jesus, this is... Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, come on. Is this not going to open? Oh, wait, let's see. Actually, let's get the can opener out just in case, like it says. So we have the can opener out just in case this does not work, but it looks like it is working. Jesus Christ, do you need a screwdriver for this? Oh, it's not working. Oh, shit. That's really helpful if you're sitting in a trench and that happens. The key has ripped off of the can, and it's opened by half an inch, maybe. Look at this. So it looks like we're going to actually have to open it with the can opener because the key has literally ripped off. Bloody shit. Oh, and what is it? If the key fails to remove the metal strip properly, use an ordinary can opener to remove the ends carefully. Oh god, I don't want to push the meat out of the can. Well, let's go. We have the very period correct Pampered Chef can opener that's been duct taped because it's 15 years old. So let's get going. Let's hope this works now. because I'm sure I'd have a Pampered Chef can opener in a trench in Gallipoli, in Mesopotamia, on the Western Front, you know, because I'm sure they just had Pampered Chef parties there. And now this is turning into an unboxing video. Woohoo! Okay, so I've gone around twice just to make sure. Oh yeah, look at that. This just looks delectable. Probably just as bad as Spam looks. Actually, this probably looks better than Spam because the color's a little darker. Actually, no, because this is like chunks of fat in it. So I don't know if that's better. But it's something. This was a terrible idea. Absolutely 100% wretched. Oh! It's somewhat monolithic. Okay, so now, I guess we'll pull out the kiwi knife here and we'll see how this tastes. I really don't want to touch it. Not a particular fan of greasy things. Ugh. It's just so blob-like. This is worse than Spam. Spam's actually pretty good when you pan fry it. It's a little greasy when it comes out of the can, but this just has fat caked everywhere. Right. Move this out of the way. Oh God. Let's see. The color is actually pretty good though, so that's not terrible. So that's a positive. Actually, let's just cut it smaller. It's actually pretty good. It's a little salty. It's not too bad. That's actually really good. It's no worse for you than a hot dog. People eat hot dogs all the time. But I can totally see how in the sun, the Turkish sun at Gallipoli, the fat would just melt and it would just going for a cruise in your mess tin, because you can definitely see the fat, grease, whatever the hell this is. It's pretty clear that it's there. Apparently, it also make this into meatballs and other little things. So you can see that might be good. Pan frying it. So actually, let's try and pan fry a piece. Let's go. So I've now got another implement of destruction. Cooking with gas. So it is cooking. Oh, Jesus. It is cooking in the pan. I am going to attempt to flip it. Oh, you can't see. I'm trying to record and this is not working. Yeah, this is just not working. Yeah, it's cooking. We're just gonna turn this off. There's just too much oil in it. So I guess we're just gonna try and eat it warm. But yep. So I am back. The cooking part kind of failed. It just started splattering. So I decided we're not gonna do that. And so it is now here, semi-cooked in the pan. It's ground up, so it does not really, it doesn't really stay in one piece. So I guess that's probably the problem here. So as we let that cool down, I will tell you that the cut piece from this, it tastes good going in, but it has that kind of canned meat aftertaste in your mouth. So I don't know if that's because it's cold, it's the fat, or what it is, but it's got this weird canned food taste. So it's not the greatest, but it doesn't taste bad going in. So let's try this pan cooked worm stuff. See if it's any better. Oh, it tastes pretty good. This way too. So this is definitely low-key the stuff they use at breakfast places as corned beef hash. It's probably because they use the canned corned beef hash, which has generally potatoes in it. Oh. Now, eating it cold on its own is definitely not ideal, but I can see mixing it with other rations to make something. This would at least add some flavor and give you a little more energy or something. It's not bad though. It is certainly not appealing coming out of the can though. The monolithic blob of fat is just not appealing. The aesthetic is not there. Not bad. So thank you for sticking around and watching me eat this weird, interesting canned meat product thing that I think is meat. It looks like meat. Would like to note though, the cans are actually different now than they were 100 years ago. They actually cant them now, so they're angled so that the meat actually will come out easier, as you saw when I lifted the can out and it turned into the monolithic blob. So just that you might find that interesting. Before I let you go, in the 2000s, they actually wanted to get rid of bully beef from British service. And there was huge protests that, no, we can't get rid of it. And it seems like this weird meat product has a cult following in the United Kingdom. Why? I don't know. I guess when you've had something in your societal consciousness for so long, it just becomes part of your heritage, I guess. And so we got to keep the bully beef. And so it's not so bad. So anyway, thank you for sticking around on this journey, and cheers.
It's the soldiers of the King, my lads, who'll be my lads, who'll sing, my lads, in the fight for England's glory, lads, of its worldwide glory, let us sing.